do love you.
I love you too.
Fantastic. And next we'd like to introduce, yes, you saw him yesterday. Please welcome Matt Henry!
You guys are so proud.
Fantastic, everyone!
Gosh, what an entrance.
Now, the first thing I want to ask both of you is, did you hear any of these guys yesterday when you were watching the show?
Oh, no, it was really quiet.
So quiet.
No, it was a great audience. You really made the evening show not as good because it was great to have you all. And you were very respectful and polite. You made sure that you laughed and clapped at the right places. And I think everyone in the audience seemed to get on with the show and enjoy it, so it was good.
Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to have some questions. Hands straight up at the back there, nice and loud, off we go. A bit louder, Pete. Oh, that's a good one. Did you always know theatre was something you wanted to do as a career?
No. I went to university actually, and I wanted to be a social worker. And whilst at university, I stumbled into a musical theatre society group, and they were doing a production of Into the Woods. I'd never heard of Sundyne before. Ooh, controversial. And I auditioned for them, and I ended up playing the wolf. And that was my first introduction to musical theatre, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And yeah, and then it just continued, and I ended up here.
Fantastic.
Also, no, I didn't know that story. That was really great. I was very shy as a kid. I didn't have lots of confidence, so I got put into dance lessons when I was 2, but then drama lessons to give me more confidence when I was 11. Then I was 13 and did an amateur show of Annie in Aberdeenshire, where I'm from. And that was the show that made me feel like I wanted to be an actor. And then I knuckled on down from about 13 to 17 and then started drama school, and here we are.
Very good. Yes, nice and loud.
Okay, so that gorgeous cape that you wear, the one where you're like upstairs, is it really heavy?
Is the cape that Matt wears in the show very heavy?
It's very heavy. They sent it off. It's been like embroidered, and it's got loads of like little mirror sections on it, and like gold entwining and kind of. But it's very, very heavy. And there's 2 of them. There's a long one and a short one. So when the understudy goes on, he's a lot shorter than me, so they get that one for him. But I have the long one.
Very good. Yes, in the white there. Yep, that's you. Off you go.
If you could play any other role, what would you play?
Oh, in the show.
In the show,
Oh yes, any other role in the show?
Miranda, hello.
I cover Miranda, so I would also say Miranda because I love the cover. But if not that, then Emily would be so much fun.
Right to the back, great top. Yes, that's you. Off you go. Nice and loud. Sorry, louder than that.
Oh, I love this question. I get asked this question a lot, actually. And I always believe that the reason why we have stage fright and the reason why we get nervous and the reason why we kind of get butterflies is because we care. We care so much about what we want to do when we go out there and perform. And I feel like if you take that feeling that we all think is negative and turn it into positive, and that's the feeling of that we care about this performance so much that we're going to do a good job. And I think that's how you get over stage fright, that's how you get over the anxiety and the butterflies and the adrenaline of going, oh my God, I'm about to go out there. No, you've got to think, oh my God, I'm going to do a really good job. And you go out there, and that's when you enjoy it the most, because you stop thinking about being scared, frightened, and anxious.
Great, going back at the top. Yeah, off you go.
Like you, I go to university, so I was just wondering how your route into
Great. If you're not at drama school and go to university, what was your route into the West End?
So my route into the West End was, firstly, I immersed myself into the West End whilst I was at university. So I went to the University of Surrey, down in Roehampton, and I also worked front of house at the Adelphi Theatre whilst I was there. So I was always I was with people who were training and people who weren't training. So I kind of immersed myself in the West End that way. But also, I started to audition for performing arts colleges. And at the time, I was also auditioning for musical theatre. So whilst at college, I auditioned for a production of Rent that was at the Shaftesbury Theatre, where Avenue Q is. That's where Rent was back in the day, many years ago. And I met Debbie O'Brien, who was the casting director, and she told me to finish university and then try and audition for a performing arts college and try and do 1 year or 2 years just to kind of get a feel and also get your kind of confidence up. And so I was able to audition for Erdang, and I got into Erdang. I did 2 years there.
Fantastic, wonderful. Yes, young man, yeah. Off you go.
Before you joined Campbell-Ledgister, did you know about like all the Dior and
The fashion label.
Brands.
Know about the brands before you joined. That's a question for both of you.
Well, I think you can immerse yourself in the show. What we get in, pop culture, and like I love my Zendaya, she's fantastic. All of the things she wears. There's a lot of things that we kind of get subconsciously, but then when I booked the job, it was one of my favorite things is researching. So I read the original book Lauren Weisberger wrote that then became a film. She came and watched the show as well, and that had a lot of detail about certain things, brands and stuff. And then from there, we have things in the show that are designer, we wear some things that are designer. That is the way it kind of comes full circle, I feel. Kind of get a sponge of it.
Very good. Yes, in the yellow top. Off you go.
When you had a lot, especially Xenoa, you had a lot of very quick changes. How did you manage? Were there people backstage? Did you have clothes underneath?
Yes. So there is a whole team. Me and Matt are one tiny cog of a huge machine. I had this question actually in my master classes. I don't do this alone. Once I finish on stage, I go backstage to what we call Wardrobe Village, full of our costumes. We have amazing dressers and wardrobe team that are there specifically to look after the costumes and us getting into that. So that means they'll have zips, buttons, if things rip, if things break, they are there to help me get through. My quickest change is a minute. I do that side of stage with the dresser who gives me each item from top to bottom, and then I'm ready to come out on stage every time.
Fantastic. Yes, off you go, nice and loud. Louder than that.
Before yesterday, I had no idea what this show was.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw it yesterday, I was blown away. And personally, Nigel was my favorite character.
Oh, Nigel was the special character.
What was the most embarrassing thing that happened to you ever?
Ever?
Ever.
On stage.
On stage.
Yes. Most embarrassing thing on stage.
Oh wow. The most embarrassing thing on stage, in Devil Wears Prada, is I guess it's me forgetting my lines.
I didn't want to say that. That was a good one.
I have a tendency to, as I'm speaking, my brain sometimes gets a bit like, oh, and I ended up forgetting everything, literally, before my song, everything, and I was stuttering. I had Stevie, who's played Andy, and she's whispering my lines to me, and I can't hear her, and I'm literally doing this. And I still couldn't do it, to the point of I got so clammy and sweaty hands, I just shouted, "Art!" And then the song started. So that was really embarrassing for me.
Very good. Yes, front row. Up you go, nice and loud.
Like your favorite line or say?
Do you have a favourite line in the show?
I like your line about safe space. You were quite saucy on that one. That's a line I don't say.
No, I also like the 2 points to Gryffindor.
Very good. Let's have a look. Yes, off you go. Yeah, you. Yeah, nice and loud. Yes, one piece of advice that you give to people, young people like these, wanting to pursue a career in acting and music theatre.
Passion over perfection. If you love it, you will make it. It won't be easy, but passion is so much more important than perfection. Perfection can come later. Just make sure you're passionate and work with that passion, and it will become perfect.
And I always say when I'm giving masterclasses or working with people like yourself, I always say that you're not in competition with anyone else but yourself. And you've just got to focus on, and it's very hard sometimes, we're like, but that person can sing louder than me, or can hit high notes, or can do the splits, or can do 20 pirouettes. That's fine, that's what that person can do, but every one of you is an individual, and every one of you brings something magical to who you are. And I always believe that you're in competition with yourself, so work on yourself. Do not focus on anyone else but yourself.
Fantastic. Right at the very back in the corner, off you go, nice and loud. Okay, the audition process. Did you audition for the parts that you were eventually cast in, or any others?
Me and Matt both have very different processes of the show. Matt has started from the very beginning of the creation, so I would love to know how that happened.
Yes, so I started with the show back in 2024. The January of 2024, we did a workshop. We did a 2-week workshop. So this is before the show was ever created. We went to a room and with a small number of the cast, and we worked on the script, and we kind of crossed things out. We added new songs. We made a little bit of choreography, and then we presented it to Elton John. And in those 2 weeks, and from doing that show, that 2 weeks presentation, then we went into a rehearsal process in the May with a fully formed cast. And we, again, workshopped the show, and we built the show around the people who were chosen to do the show. So I kind of came through the workshop process and then went on to be in the show. And that kind of tends to happen for a few people. Some people do a workshop and they never end up getting to do the show. But I was lucky enough to do the workshop and then be able to do the show.
And then I joined a year later, once it opened on the West End, October of 2024, 25?
25, yeah.
Then 24. A year of the original West End cast happened around this time last year. They were auditioning for new cast members to join, take over from the ensemble. So I auditioned originally for an ensemble role, did 5 rounds. By round 3, I was auditioning for Miranda, and my last round was filmed for Elton John. And Elton gave the final say-so if I could cover Miranda, and I very luckily got the yes. And now I've been in it with Matt since October of last year.
Amazing. Sadly, that's all we've got time for. So please thank our amazing special guest. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And obviously, right before your show, so have a great show this evening as well. Thank you very much. Thank you.